Have you ever watched a scene in a series or documentary showing an Eskimo wearing fur and heavy clothing standing in front of a hut made entirely of snow? Perhaps, like many people, you wondered how someone could live inside a house made of snow. The polar regions are very cold, and snow is also cold. Does it make sense to build a house out of snow for warmth? It may seem illogical at first, but let me tell you that it makes perfect sense and is very practical. Snow houses, or igloos, are not just ideas from cartoons, they are real houses built by the Eskimos and inhabitants of polar regions to this day. Welcome to this episode where we will answer the question, how can a snow hut stay warm inside even though it is made of snow? Before we start, if you are watching our channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive our videos as soon as they are published. The Arctic region is one of the most extreme environments on Earth, stretching from the coast of North America to northeastern Siberia. Despite this, and despite the extreme cold and harsh climatic conditions, there is a resilient people who have managed to live and endure in this place for thousands of years. This people is the Eskimo. The Eskimos who inhabit the Arctic regions are completely in tune with the lifestyle there, and do not like to leave the place where they live at all. This is despite the lack of cities, facilities, or even any signs of urbanization and development. All that lies before the Eskimo people is snow and an extremely harsh way of life. To begin with, let's mention something important. The Eskimo people do not like this term. If you call them that, they will be very upset and offended. The word Eskimo is derived from a term used to describe strangers who speak a different language, as well as those who eat raw meat. They prefer to be called Inuit instead of Eskimo because Inuit means the people in their language. So, let's keep the word Eskimo between us for reference only, nothing more. The Inuit or Eskimo people live in icy regions where winter temperatures can reach minus 50 degrees Celsius. Anyone living in such cold weather needs to find shelter and a safe house, whether built from bricks, metals, or even wood. Unfortunately, none of these materials are available in the Arctic region, and trees and forests are almost non-existent there. For this reason, the inhabitants of this place learned to build their homes from the only material available to them, snow. For thousands of years, the Eskimo people have been building dome-shaped ice huts. These homes are known as igloos. The question here is, how do these ice houses keep them warm? The truth is that snow can insulate quite effectively and maintain body heat as well. To understand this strange phenomenon, let me tell you a story about an animal called the sea otter. This animal feeds on fish and marine creatures, which requires it to live in cold waters. However, it does not have thick skin or dense fatty tissues to protect it from the cold. So how does it keep warm? It uses something very unusual, air particles. The sea otter's fur is dense and very soft, and its warmth comes from the internal structure of the fur. The fur is finely pointed to trap air particles inside it. At the same time, air is an excellent thermal insulator, which is why the heat within the sea otter's body does not escape easily. The trapped air in its fur prevents this heat from leaking out. Because of this, the sea otter can withstand very low temperatures without feeling cold. But I still don't understand what you're trying to say. What does the otter have to do with this topic? Simply put, what we want to say is that air is a good insulator for heat, and that's the essence. If we find a type of snow that contains an appropriate amount of air inside it, it would be very suitable for building. Here we are talking about the Inuit people who have great expertise in the type and quality of snow. For example, if I asked you how many types of snow do you know? What would you say? You would say, what are you talking about? Snow is just snow. Are there different types of snow? I would say to you, yes, there are types. In their language, they have a huge number of words and different terms that describe snow, and they can describe it in dozens of eloquent expressions that describe its type and current state. And this is simply because snow is the most abundant thing around them, and the thing they understand the most. There is a type of snow they call hard, dusty snow. This type of snow consists of about 10% frozen water and 90% air, and forms layers on the ground in icy areas. This type of snow is very suitable for building. Firstly, because it is hard and durable, and secondly, because it contains a large proportion of air. And since air is an excellent insulator, as we mentioned before, this type of snow is suitable for insulating the building from the inside. For this reason, an Inuit igloo maintains its internal temperature and does not allow it to escape through the walls. just like a thermal flask, which is precisely what is needed in the heating process, that the heat emitted by our body or the heat present around us in the house does not escape outside. In addition to this, the bottom of the igloo is not a flat surface. The interior space is dug out and tiered on several levels. The entrance of the house is very low, followed by a slightly higher level where activities such as lighting a fire or cooking take place. Finally, there is an upper level used for sleeping. This tiered system is not random, it is intentional and has an important role concerning air. Hot air naturally rises because it is light, while cold air naturally sinks and settles at the bottom. Therefore, any heat present in the space, whether from the fire inside the igloo or from the bodies of the inhabitants, rises to the top and hovers around the people in the upper part of the igloo. At the same time, the igloo walls act as heat insulators, helping to maintain a comfortable temperature inside the igloo. As a result, the temperature inside the igloo reaches about 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. If you feel that it is still very cold, let me tell you, the temperature outside the igloo is now 50 degrees Celsius below zero. An experienced Inuit individual can build a small igloo alone in about 3 hours, whereas larger igloos that accommodate many people, such as a whole family, may take 2 days or more to construct. Interestingly, despite the radical advancements in construction methods and even with modern architectural systems, no one has discovered a better way to build an igloo than the method used by the Inuit. Indeed, the spiral technique and the dome-shaped exterior structure make for a very stable construction without any edges or wasted space. Those with expertise in engineering know that a building of this shape distributes all the vertical loads and forces acting upon it, converting them into horizontal forces that disperse into the ground, making the structure stable and resistant to strong winds and storms. And with that, we have answered today's question. How is an igloo warm inside when it is made of snow? For those of you tuning into the channel for the first time, this channel answers the questions you might have. As always, if you have a question that puzzles you, write it in the comments below the video and we will answer it. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and share, and for those seeing us for the first time, subscribe and activate the bell so you get our videos as soon as they are released. See you in the next episode.